I'm experiencing panic like it's happening right now and future pacing myself into the worst possible end game. And I can't talk myself out of it. I can't imagine anything feeling good, anything getting better, even if everything is actually okay. I'm a professional advertiser and a panic attack survivor. And I do mean survivor. Now, there are lots of things out there for panic attacks. I don't produce enough serotonin. When I have panic attacks, it feels like the end of the world. Everybody I've ever talked to about my panic attacks cannot relate. If you haven't had a panic attack or you don't have panic attacks often, it is absolutely impossible to relate. I don't want to live that way anymore. So one of my clients introduced me to a product called Anxiovita. This is a homeopathic. I don't know if you know anything about homeopathy, but it is not fake science. It's very real science. In fact, a PhD in Germany has thousands of studies showing the ingredients in Anxiovita are effective in lowering cortisol levels, helping raise serotonin levels. Our blood-brain barrier is a filter, just like our gut wall in the small intestine. And when it becomes too permeable, cortisol literally floods the brain. Our brain soaks in stress hormones. When it happens, it's able to calm the nervous system down. The brain is literally marinating in cortisol. So if you are experiencing that, I need help now. This is an emergency. I need help now. This is that help. Now, when we have stored trauma in the subconscious, and I have a lot of it, I'm sure you do. When my stored trauma is triggered, it doesn't matter that that trauma happened decades ago. I'm experiencing panic like it's happening right now and future pacing myself into the worst possible end game. And I can't talk myself out of it. I can't imagine anything feeling good, anything getting better, even if everything is actually okay. I can't tap into that. So when I started taking Anxiovita, the first thing I experienced was a dampening of that panic so that I was actually able to deal with it. I wasn't reacting to my own panic. And that right there was amazing. My girlfriend and I were driving up to the Rogue River to go swimming. And I got this flood of memories from 20 years ago, from when I was poor and homeless as a kid, growing up in Maui, pulling fruit on the side of the street and sleeping in the Iao Valley jungle. You know, we've all got our past, and all that past trauma, especially when it happens when we're young, really gets ingrained in the subconscious, and we have to pull that stuff out. Otherwise, we'll keep reacting and having to put band-aids on our emotions until the end of time. I'm being flooded with all of these memories. And as I'm talking about them, like, oh my God, I remember this and I remember that, I felt lighter. As I acknowledged it, it felt like, I am being like a different person again and again and again every single day, especially when I wake up in the morning. Because it turns out, as this is pulled out of the subconscious, we process it away in our REM sleep. So you can literally wake up a brand new, happier person who isn't constantly thinking about your anxiety and fearing panic and fearing what's going to happen next and just stewing in cortisol. So Anxiovita has 4 ingredients, like St. John's wort. They all help in their own way to help lower cortisol, to help heighten serotonin. This is like 911 for panic. So using this, I mean, I don't know if you believe in God, but how this stuff found me at the exact right moment, I'll never know. And sure, it came to me as a client, but this has been a miracle in my life. And that's why I am personally sharing my experience, my very real experience. I'm putting myself out there because I genuinely want you to know how amazing this is. The person who introduced me to Anxiovita is a former sales rep for Fiser Pharmaceuticals. A Fiser pharmaceutical sales rep is a #1 proponent of homeopathic remedies for stress, for acute anxiety, for panic attacks. Let me say that again. A Fiser pharmaceutical sales rep is a #1 advocate for homeopathic natural help for our mental health because of what it did for his son, and I know what it did for me and is doing for me. I can't help but want you to experience actual relief from your anxiety and panic attacks. If you want to know more about this, click the link. I wrote it and I did all the research to cite everything that is on there. This is, as we call it in advertising, compliant. I'm not making grandiose claims, and what I'm saying is 100% true. And the best part, this stuff's backed by a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you are still experiencing acute anxiety and panic attacks, you'll get your money back. That's amazing. Take advantage of it now.